In this section, we are discussing a newer way to declare a string which is introduced with the newer version of ECMAScript 6, that is ES6. It is known as the template string or template literal. Again, there will be three relative questions I am going to discuss with this particular topic. Let's talk about how can we declare a template string or template literal. If you have to declare a string variable with template literal, then you can use the backticks. So I will say let str is equal to, and I am not new to JavaScript. Let me just display this. I'll say console log str. So if I run this, it will display the string as we normally expect. Then what's the advantage of using this? As long as the advantage of template string is concerned, as it says that it is a template literal, it gives you a way to display the expression inside the backtick itself. Let me show you that if I have a variable here, let's say I have variable a which is having a value 90. Now I just want to display the value, and let's say here I have some string that value of a is. Ideally, what happens when you have double quotes or single quote, you try to end and then you try to either put a comma or maybe you join it. If you are putting it inside console log, you will add a comma. But if you have to join the string, you are going to use the plus sign, or in a way you are going to concatenate the string. But here you don't need that. Inside the backtick, if you have to display the value of a, you can write the a here. But if I write this way, it won't refer the value. So what you have to do is, you have to cover the expression inside the curly brackets and use a dollar sign before the curly bracket. If I run this, let me clear the console and run, you see that it displays value of a is 90. So this is one advantage, that you can display the expression inside the backtick. You don't need to end the backtick and then you join the value. This is one advantage. The second advantage with backtick, that is the template literal, is the way you have written inside the string or inside a variable, it will appear as it is. Let me show you that as well. Say for example here, I'll remove this a now. This is a line where I just want to say this is, then I press enter. Observe this. In between, I have not yet closed it on the same line. I've pressed enter in between. Now, I am not giving any space, or let's say I give just two spaces here. This is second line, and now I give some space here. I'll say this is the third one. Clearing the console and running this code again. As you see, the way I have written, whatever spaces I give, whatever new lines, carriage returns, tabs, or whatever, each and every format you have assigned to the string, in the very same format the string is displayed. So when you have to store the format, the special characters like spaces or new lines as it is, you don't need any escape sequence, still it works fine. So this is another advantage when you are using the template string. Ideally, you see that when we follow the ES6 syntax, programmers prefer to have this syntax, that is using the backtick. It's easy to deal with the expressions and the string format as it is, it refers. Let's discuss few questions here. Anyway, I have answered the questions inside the code itself. The first question is, what is a template literal? You call it template literal or template string. So it is basically a newer way to declare the string variable in JavaScript. Not only declaring a string variable, you can directly display a string with backtick. Say for example, let's say I don't declare any variable here. This very string I just cut and paste inside this console log, right? I don't have any variable, that's fine. Let me clear this. Again I run. The output is going to be the same. So the point is, when you have to deal with strings, this is a newer way, and that is the template literal or template string. The second question is, how will you display a value or an expression inside template string? Now as you see in this piece of code, that when you have to refer the value of a, you use the dollar and the curly brackets, so it will execute the expression. The third question is, what is the advantage of using the template string? As I mentioned, these are the two advantages. One is that you can execute the expression without the end of the backtick, and the second is this one where the string was in a different format. The exact format of string, the way you have returned the string, it displays as it is.